Image in children has certainly been a big topic this week. It was the storyline for this week's Video Book Club selection. Danielle Steele's new book, Big Girl, that hit the shelves this week. It's also the basis for a new study from the UK where more than 50% of 6-year-olds wanted to be 3 sizes smaller than their own because they thought being skinnier would make them more popular. Joining us to talk about self-image in young girls is Jada Collins, a life coach and motivational speaker. And I need to brag for a minute. She was also a supermodel who now helps young women who are looking at modeling and help them with body image. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
At what age do you start talking to your daughter about body image?
You know what? I say start as soon as possible. Literally as young as 3 years old.
3 years old?
The reason why is because even a child is self-conscious. They want to feel good about themselves. They want to help. They want to do certain things. And it's never too early to start implementing positive self-image and self-concept.
Don't you think 6 years old, though, is a little too young?
It really is too young. But look at the culture that we live in. Everything is as skinny as possible. If you look at the magazine covers today, they're getting younger, they're getting thinner, and it's a bit much to take in. But our culture right now is redefining the image and self-concept of our young women.
And look at the women on the catwalk, this is from Fashion Week.
Skinny they are.
How skinny, and that's what these girls are
so
thinking
skinny,
they have to be. How do you tell your daughter, no, baby, you don't have to be this skinny?
You know what? I really would just say flat out, for parents and mothers especially, just say, hey, there's something wrong with this picture. We have to develop a positive self-image and self-concept in our young women. And parents should just tell them flat out, you know what? This is not the way that it should be. Start giving them positive images to look at and really set really good goals for their children.
How do you expose your daughter to a different type of beauty? Versus the catwalk and the magazines and whatnot.
Right. Well, first of all, you know what? I always say to challenge their thought process, first of all. But then really start giving them ways to, look at a magazine and say, hey, you know what? That's an airbrush. Or that's been enhanced. Or, you know what? I like to do this really cool thing that I do in the high schools is I have the before and after shots. And I go, you know what? What's different about this shot and what's different about the after shot, and they can call it right away. So it's really giving them the tools that they need to be able to detect the lie.
Good information. Thank you, Jada.
As the commentator for Ebony Fashion Fair, I communicate with people all day long. I go to 180 cities worldwide. My schedule is crazy, insane. We're on stage, we're doing what we do, and just being free-flowing and, not so constricted that you can't have fun. Okay, listen, I've heard this saying many, many times. You are what you think. Now, from it, I've learned a very valuable lesson, that my thoughts actually control my life. When I came to this understanding, I realized that I had the power to make changes in my life from within. Negative thoughts breed negativity in our lives, but positive thinking will positively enhance our lives. So it seems like a no-brainer, doesn't it? Well, I started to practice positive thinking in my everyday life. Now, it really wasn't easy at first, but I had to realize that I actually had to challenge myself to do something that was completely out of the ordinary for me. It wasn't about the negative experience that knocked me down. It was about how I viewed those experiences and how wisdom kind of encouraged me to get back up. I'm forever amazed by how thoughts can erect these oversized monuments of pain and fear. Because you see, a monument should serve as a memorial of positive accomplishments or victories, not of imagined failures or loss. So remember, you are what you think.